Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is part 3 of our midterm series. Today we have Iowa, Kansas, Maryland, Minnesota, North Carolina, and Virginia. And these are mostly House districts, so I think it's about 8, maybe 9, so it's not a long video. First off, state of Iowa. Biden approval is negative 26%, and approval among independents is negative 32. So it's pretty obvious that undecideds will swing Republican for this cycle. We have this particular district which underestimates Republicans, and therefore we can also see that I'm going to have to adjust for that, so it's about 1.5 points. And current polling cycle, there's not much going on, so I'm gonna have to go out on a limb and basically say that Miller Meeks is gonna win by about 3 points. So 80% chance of victory. I still consider this a swing district, and it may move further down the line towards safe Republican status. Iowa's third. It seems that I forget to fill this one in. That's fine, because we still have the data points. Seniacs against Zach Nunn. GOP is underestimated by 3.7 points for this cycle. The only thing you do is just average out the final result with the polling aggregate and put it on a linear scale. So there's not much of data analysis going on. Seat leans Republican. There's not much of polling going on. The only poll that I've seen is Nunn plus 8, but I think that's a little overestimation. So what I did is basically I took X, her last victory, and I applied the scaling of the national environment and then the polling underestimation, which makes it Nunn plus 5. So 100% chance that Zach Nunn is going to win the seat. Kansas governor, we have Laura Kelly against Derek Schmidt. Here's the thing. The governorship in this state is very much of a swing position, and what we can see with this state is that Biden's approval is negative 33 for the state itself as a whole, and negative 28 for independents. And for this reason, his party is going to be blamed for basically all the problems. So independents will swing Republican for this cycle, and that means that Kelly, who currently has a 0.5% lead in the aggregate, in my opinion, will lose by about 3 points. And here's the thing. So last cycle around, where she won by 5, she only won because there was a third party challenger in the Libertarians. They took about 10% of the vote, and therefore the Republicans lost. So that is basically the only thing you have to keep into account for this measure. So it's going to be about 80% chance for Derek Schmidt to win. Kansas 3rd district. Republicans are underestimated with 4.5 points in this seat. And what we see is only one accurate poll, and it's Atkins plus 1. And I don't think that's an accurate representation. Independents swing towards Davids for this particular region. And as a result, I think it's going to be about 2 points margin of victory for Davids. So 70% chance of victory for her. And there's a distinct possibility that Atkins could eke out the victory. We have yet to find out. So Maryland 6th district. David Trone against Neil Barrett. Both held the seat. I see I made a typo there. Whatever. Maryland, Biden approval is plus 11, and for independents it's negative 20. Furthermore, this district moved from D plus 15 to R plus 1, so swing district status. And the only accurate poll we have is Barrett plus 2. So the thing that I'm saying over here is going to be a little narrower than that, so I think it's about a 1 point margin of victory, in which case Neil Barrett has a 60% chance of victory, not a 660. So Apologies for that. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz gets Cons Jansen. Republicans are underestimated by about 1.6 if we take the past 5 governor elections into account. If we only do the past 3, then you have 0.2. So there's a little bit of an issue there. Walz is currently leading by about 2.5. And with the national environment swinging, I think Jensen's going to win by about 1 point. Furthermore, we have Minnesota 2nd District, Angie Craig against Tyler Kisner. Rematch. Minnesota has a negative 4% approval for Biden and negative 15% for independents. In this particular race, GOP is underestimated by 5 points, and as a result, I'm going to hand this over to Kisner for a 3% margin of victory. So, 80% chance of him winning. North Carolina, Donald Davis against Sandy Smith. There's only one accurate poll in my opinion, and it's Davis plus 6. And the state of North Carolina has a negative 16% approval rating for Biden and negative 28% for independents. And the only poll we have has 16% undecided, and it shows that these undecided voters swing towards Smith because of her stance on term limits. It's going to be a little narrower than plus 3, than plus 6. It's going to be about plus 3. So Davis is going to win, but it's going to be quite narrow. And next cycle around, maybe with the new Supreme Court in North Carolina, it may just be that the map is going to be redrawn and Davis will lose. Finally, Virginia 7th. Abigail Spanberger against Jesse Vega. Virginia has a negative 10 approval of Biden and a negative 30 for independents. These independents swing towards Vega. And as a result, I'm going to give this to Vega. So it's about a 2-point victory for her. And this concludes part 3. Thank you kindly for watching. And I'll see you in part 4, which is going to go up on Thursday.